and it will be Bonchan facing off against the winner of Snake Eyes and Vagabond. Will this be the end of Vagabond's incredible run?
We don't know.
This is one of the risks, I gotta say, as a new player. I'm sure you've had this experience in your Street Fighter past. Sometimes you're able to take down, you get one of those sort of level up moments where you don't just face a great competitor, you beat them, and you beat them in a convincing way. You beat them in your way, and it sort of changes the entire scope of who you are seen as a player. After that, there can be sort of a declension where you're not, you feel like you've already crossed the finish line and you lose some of that focus, some of that juice. So as we get into it here, we're getting the thumbs up from both competitors. Vagabond finding his center place, concentration, and of course Red Bull's Snake Eyes.
Yes.
The classic Zangief.
What you speak on is definitely 100,000% true.
Wow.
I just
You're
think
going 100,000.
100,000. We're taking it.
It's quite an endorsement, Mike.
All the way up.
You're not a man prone to hyperbole.
Absolutely. But what we have is Vagabond, you know, he just overcame, you know, his match against Daigo. So I think those juices are still strong. And he's at maximum level right now.
I hope you're right. I want to see a great match. And again, I respect Vagabond's effort to try and face just great competitors. And he's got one in Snake Eyes, certainly one of the all-time greats. Finds with the jab, doesn't want to let him in. Completes the combo into the lariat, has the corner position. Oh, catches him with the big fierce.
Nice.
Oh, and waited, wanted to see if he was going to jump. Vagabond holding it down, saying, no, I will not do the most obvious thing in this situation. Now finding the V-trigger. Oh, beautiful neutral jump, but a drop. And that is going to be punished, putting him to the brink here.
Fierce punch,
Snake Eyes.
SPD giving him the most damage, the best positioning, and everything. Vagabond trying to keep him awake.
Wow! Last-minute uppercut, real deep, but answered back from Snake Eyes, says, nah, I'm not going to go for these shenanigans.
I mean, this is something that Vagabond has to consider and has to be afraid of. Snake Eyes is definitely going to want to grab Nikali as often as possible.
And, you know, obviously for all of his experience as an online champion, Zangief, one of the more rare characters you run into, and certainly true that there's nobody in the world quite like Red Bull Snake Eyes Zangief.
Ooh, nice.
Finds the poke.
Yep.
Going to burn the super.
Did some damage.
Zangief has enough life to handle it.
It's true. Now he's going to take the slow march back into close positioning.
And I love it that he's just going to, like he says, I'm not going to pressure this too hard. I'm just going to make you navigate this minefield, but navigate it he does. Snake Eyes finds double roundhouse. Threatening parry. Oh, he's got him.
Yep.
Beautiful. Using the time stop of the V-trigger activation to assure the uppercut.
Nice. Snake trying desperately to get around that seismo activity.
And
thank you.
Beautiful. He's got him.
Oh,
pulls him out. Oh, the dirty.
Yes.
The dirty. He thought the hits were going to be coming instead. Right into the super.
Nice lariat again. Snake Eyes
pulls him back in. Knows he just
good.
needs 2 hits to close it out and finds him. Snake Eyes. And again, showing his own composure through the minefield that he wanted to set up with those ground pounds. It was the right strategy, but it didn't phase Snake Eyes whatsoever. Just stayed completely composed. And that's, I think it's just an absolutely essential skill, is being able to accurately assess, like, this is the threat that Nikali is representing with these ground pounds. Is that really like a mission critical threat? Am I, oh, wow, look at him confidently hopping right over one. Or can I just sit back here and weather this storm, hang out, look for my opportunity? And that was the correct call from Snake Eyes, and finding the dash up into the big pile driver.
So sneaky with those SPDs. Oh, big punish.
And the call out.
Yes. Walk forward slightly, get the fierce SPD for the positioning.
Look at the damage. The elbow just keeping him out of the air.
Oh, nice command grab.
Dumps him. And I think this is going to be the question for Vagabond in this match. Is he willing to really go in? Is he willing to pressure Zangief, or does he want to just hang back like this? Is he committed to this strategy, or is he willing to put Zangief to the test? Zangief notably weak on wake up.
Right. Oh no!
This is not going to be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any button.
Anything would have done it, of course. And I think you might be onto something, Vagabond. The zoning. The zoning approach may not be the most effective right now.
It's a great idea, but you're not going to shake a player like Snake Eyes with that stuff, and you're not going to get the damage done necessary to close out the match.
Yeah.
Zangief is threatening in the mid-screen. Again, beautiful stuff from Snake Eyes, but he is weak on wake-up, and Nikali, one of the strongest. And I think Vagabond needs to leverage that opportunity because Snake Eyes is taking advantage, shall we say. Wow.
Doesn't get the perfect. Or does he?
And the little knees.
Wow. Yeah, I don't even know what side it hit. Maybe it was the front.
Snake feeling good, and he's got a lot of reason to feel good. Up 2-0 against Vagabond, and this is the worry. I feel like, again, sometimes when you reach those highs, you know, he spoke so respectfully about Daigo. He said he considered him a role model.
Yep.
Able to take that guy down in open competition in their first meeting. Incredible achievement, and sometimes that sort of you exhale after that match like that, and then you got to be able to get the focus back again.
Get it out of your head.
Here he's taking a moment, try and reflect, think through the match. Yeah, and it's been a long, long day of Street Fighter.
Absolutely.
And that's something I think is difficult to convey to the people at home. If you haven't had the tournament experience, or if you haven't had the experience going the distance in a tournament like this, it's incredibly mentally taxing.
Yes.
You know how drained you can feel after one tough match.
Right.
Now imagine a whole day of that. These guys are spent. Vagabond in an unusual situation for himself, going deep in the bracket up against some of the biggest names in competitive Street Fighter. Red Bull Snake Eyes putting him into the test here. Can Vagabond find the right mix to generate the offense he needs to take a little bit more advantage of Zangief's weak wake-up options? It's got to go in. Okay, he's still committed to this ground pound strategy, it looks like, based on that exchange.
Of course, Vagabond, I like that. He's getting a lot of mileage, too, out of his, when he's in proximity of Snake, throwing out those medium punches, buffering into the slash.
Exactly. He's got, wow, very aggressive GP. The timing was not there.
He had the right idea, but he just wasn't aware of Zangief's spacing.
Yeah, and frankly, for as much as I'd like to see him go a little harder on the offense, Snake Eyes has absolutely had the right answer. So even if that's the right answer on paper, or the right idea on paper, Vagabond's coming up on the short end of the stick when he has opted to go in.
Correct.
So maybe he just feels more comfortable here. He feels he can make this work, but he needs to turn something around.
The Snake Eyes, oh, never mind. I was going to say needs to let some of that gray life heal, but gets swept in the process.
Gotta dunk him. I'd like to see a little bit of neutral hopping here.
Wow. There you go. Vagabond waking up here a bit.
Just a slight turn up in the offense there from Vagabond, but that was all it took in that round. So we'll see if he decides to stick to that strategy. No ground pounds yet. Oh, nice counter. He's calling out the falseness of that block string, and that is a false block string. Not enough players, in my opinion, challenge that. What?
Grabbing the back dash?
Yes, he waited. He waited and finds the dizzy.
Reset. Oh, no.
No, he's playing it honest. He believes. Low jab into pile driver says, yeah, that says it all. Perfect.
Good stuff. Wow.
Forget about the KO. That was just perfect.
Exactly.
Might have gone on longer. This is going to be match point for Snake Eyes. It's now or never for Vagabond. It'd be sad to see his story end here just like this after his incredible performance thus far, but he's got to find it inside of himself. He's got to get back to that. Snake Eyes is coming. He is the wall. Trash can pack him into the corner. He's got all the right answers on the jump-ins. Where's the dive kick?
True.
That kept Daigo on his toes, made him respect. Can't just go to the uppercut. Snake Eyes getting away with clean counters every time, winning all the exchanges up close, and the Seismo game is just not there.
Yeah, Snake Eyes just being so cautious, so safe, not taking many risks, if any at all.
The book is being read here. Like, that was so clean. That was the first thing he did in 10 seconds. He read it both times. Snake Eyes.
My goodness. Snake
Eyes.
Over
Vagabond in a huge way.
Yeah, making an impressive victory over Vagabond. Vagabond cannot be happy about losing like that, but nonetheless, you got to tip your hat to Snake Eyes for such an incredible, incredible Geef performance there.
And a great run to Vagabond, and I think looking at his face there as he stood up, it seemed like the tank was on empty.
Yeah.
That was it. And that's one of my fears. I've been in that situation before, and to feel like you overcome one of the greatest hurdles in your life, and you're feeling it, and then your reward is just more hurdles.
Yeah, exactly. The hurdles never end in life.
No, and certainly not in these competitions. Or actually, they might end this evening, but not yet.
Correct.
So we've got more great Street Fighter, and it looks like it's going to be hot Red Bull action here as Red Bull Bonchan will be facing up against Red Bull Snake Eyes. But first, let's take a look back at Vagabond's set.
Again, wow, just grabs, the grabs, the grabs.
And it wasn't the sexy kind of reads. It was just the right decision in every kind of place here for Snake Eyes. And you'd see Vagabond sort of get an idea and like, oh, I'll try this. Snake Eyes had the answer in every situation. I was hoping for more up-close pressure, but answers like that means this guy's in your head.
Yeah, no, Snake Eyes played perfect. Look at that, just walk forward saying, okay, you're walking back. I'm going to take a few steps in,
and maybe just a little bit of character unfamiliarity. Perhaps, certainly Zangief is very few people's most played against character. So opportunities for him to learn.